I'm Justin Jones. I work with Sharon, I work with Christina and Tony. I'm from Elk Grove as well too. I'm a full-time school teacher, actually. I teach computer science to elementary school kids, kindergarten through 6th grade, and then I also run a marketing agency that I've been doing for the last 6 years, and so I've got kind of trying to make the transition out of teaching. I've been teaching for 21 years, so I'm trying to make the transition out of teaching into marketing full-time. So yeah, I'll get started. I'm trying to have this as informative as possible and just trying to show you what's out there and what's possible. We're all local small business owners, and so I feel like we all got stick together and try to work together to try to get more clients. So the idea of today is just we want to fill every chair. And I'm going to show you kind of the modern playbook of how marketing has evolved over time. And then again, I already talked about myself. I'm Justin Jones. I own the company Blue Jay Pro, and then I've started a second company, which is Sacramento AI SEO Agency, which is focused. So the Blue Jay Pro name is really more global. I've got clients in other parts of the United States where the Sacramento branch, I guess, if you want to call it that, is really focused here locally in Sacramento. So again, we're all in the lead generation business. So whether we think that we are or we're not, we're always in need of getting more clients. So why listen to me? I recently got my Certified Google AI Agent Builder Award through Google. That was awarded in June 2026. And then we do local SEO for clients. We do AI integrations into business. I'm going to feature a new salon booking software that we've developed. And we track and measure everything that we do. So how clients find a salon has changed. People, they Google, they go to social media, and now they're going to AI. But ultimately, they're looking to book. They're looking for someone to cut their hair or to do highlights. And the ultimate goal is for them to book and come in. Word of mouth obviously still matters. I would imagine most of you have a lot of your clients through word of mouth and referrals. But today, word of mouth gets Googled before it ever becomes a booking. So probably a lot of you know, you get a referral, and then they go look you up on Instagram, Facebook, they Google you, right? They do their research. And so as business owners, we just need to make sure that we have really strong reputation across all social media platforms. So this first part, I'm going to talk about SEO, which is just short for search engine optimization. It's how we're found in Google searches. And I'm going to use Google because Google is about 87% of the search volume is directly through Google. People do use Microsoft Bing and Firefox and the other ones, but Google is the overwhelming favor. So, when I'm talking about search engine optimization, I'll refer to Google, but this really applies to any search engine that someone would use to find you. So SEO is just one thing. It's showing up in Google. When someone searches you, the salon that shows up gets the chair. So the moment that matters near me. So when someone is searching online, they're typically, looking for a plumber. They're looking for a hairstylist, electrician. Quite often people will type in hair salon near me or plumber near me. And then Google geotags them to their location. So near me doesn't really mean anything. What Google is doing is taking near me and they're plugging in your location. So you live in Empire Ranch, for example, and you're looking for a plumber and you say plumber near me, you're telling Google plumber Empire Ranch, essentially. Google's trying to give you the closest provider to what you're looking for. That's the business they're in, is giving you the best results. So anytime someone searches near me, yeah, it's just kind of filling in your location. And so this is kind of an example of what like a Google map could look like. And I'll show you some real examples in a second. So someone searches, hair salon near me. And then this is all fake right here, but this Lux salon would show up number 1, Color Bar shows up number 2, and then your salon shows up, 3. So this is a real example. This is Sharon's salon here, but this is us ranking in Elk Grove. So this is just me on my computer. I do live in Elk Grove, but I typed in hair salon near me and Sharon's website popped up number 2. So I've got this Booksy as number 1, so they're not even a hair salon. I've got Yelp, which is just a directory. to look for salons. And then I've got Great Clips as number 3. So really, for this search, this is really strong for Sharon because, you know, there 2 of those aren't even salons, and really Great Clips. I don't know, you know, it's a fine salon, but yeah, I mean, it's a franchise. I feel like it's more for probably men getting haircuts and whatnot. But anyway, so yeah, so she's number 2. And then on my screen, there's the search, and then there's also the map pack is what they call it. And so on the map pack, so this exact same search, hair salon near me, and this 3-pack is called the map pack, and there's Sharon's salon right there showing up number 2. And you really want to be in what they call the map pack here, because people they don't scroll, they just don't. So down here, it's hard to see, there's more businesses. And if you click that, you'll get the other 25 salons that are in Elk Grove. But, you know, right here, Sharon's right here. And so most likely someone's going to look at these and they're going to look at the reviews, and then they're going to probably call and book. And so she's got a really good statistical chance of getting someone to call. And really that's all we're doing here. We're just trying to play the probability game and statistically put a website in front of as many people's eyes as possible and give you the most statistical chance for someone to call and to book an appointment. So your Google Business Profile, it's your most valuable free asset that you can have. So if you don't have a Google Business Profile set up yet, I would go set one up. They're free. And it's the number 1 ranking factor when we build websites and we do SEO. I won't even work with a client that doesn't have a Google Business Profile, and it directly impacts the website. And this is all, like I said, it's all free. And it's being active inside this Google Business Profile. So it's setting up all your services that you offer. It's adding pictures. Google has now set up to where last couple of years, there are blog posts in there to where you can blog about your business. But obviously, you know, Google they're incentivized to get you to use it, and they reward you for using it. So if you took nothing else from this presentation today, I would say number 1 is not only set up your Google Business Profile if you haven't, but you need to stay on top of it. You need to stay in there and active, and they reward active businesses. So adding current photos, responding to reviews, posting. There's a post section in there, posting. If your office is closed for 4th of July, that you're marking that correctly, and all those little indicators help out quite a bit. I'll give you a quick example with Sharon. She's not open on Sundays, but I told her to just have it turned on for Sundays, because Google also will derank a Google Business Profile when they're closed, right? They don't want to show someone a business that's not open. And so those Sharon, the salon isn't open on Sundays. She will go appointment by appointment and special appointments. She'll see people, but by having that Google Business Profile active and open on Sunday, it keeps her up in the rankings on Sunday, when otherwise she wouldn't be getting as much viewing on that day. So your website has one job. It's to book appointments. All right, your website's not a business card. It's not a brochure. You know, it's to take these people that are looking for highlights, extensions, color corrections, bridal type services, and we want to get them to book or to call. Your website is not a brochure. It's a booking machine. So we really want to think of our website as this online machine that's working for you 24/7. ChatGPT and AI is becoming more of a thing. People are going to AI and they are searching, they are looking for businesses. That's actually how Sharon found me. She searched in AI, I believe, for a local marketing agency in Elk Grove, and I popped up, my agency popped up, and she called me. But same thing, this was on my computer. I just typed in how someone would type into ChatGPT, because usually that's more natural language. So you're just kind of typing in. So I just said, I'm looking for a hair salon in East Elk Grove. I'm looking for a salon that caters to older women. I need a new hairstylist for my mother. Who do you recommend? And it gave me 3 recommendations, but it had Sharon right at top. It said, you know, Camarillo Salon, and it gave her number right here. So though ChatGPT isn't a large piece of the search results, it still matters. And I feel like as time goes on, the younger folks are using AI and ChatGPT more than, we're more of like the Google generation, or even the yellow books back in the day. Right? But that's all Google is now. Google is just now the yellow books, is right? Where you'd be like AAA Salon, right? So you're up in the front. Okay, so let's move on to AI and automations. So getting people to call, getting people to the website's one thing, but once we get them there, we want to get them as clients and keep them as clients. So let's talk about some automations. So where salons quietly lose money, they miss phone calls, right? You're like trying to answer the phone and cut someone's hair at the same time, right? And trying to do that thing, and you can't answer the phone, so you possibly lose that client. There are no shows, they don't show up. They don't reply, there's slow replies to messages. They show up one time, they get their haircut, and then there's no follow-up with them, and they just kind of disappear, right? And really, we're just trying to get them to book and to come back. And so we can put automations, just systems in place to help keep track of these people and to follow up with them and get them to book more appointments. So this is a standard four-step automation that you would often see. I'm sure if you go to the dentist or anything else, you see something very similar where you book an appointment with a dentist, and then you're typically getting an email or a text reminder 48 hours in advance. Quite often, you'll get another one 24 hours in advance. This one's kind of optional. 60 minutes before, you'll get another text or an email reminder that you do have an appointment. And then you obviously have the visit, the coloring that's happening. And then after the appointment, and this wait step here could be 2 hours, it could be 4 hours, but we want to ask them for a review, ask them how their service was, and we want to rebook them. And frankly, I'm obviously rebooking them, and Christina and I were talking about this, but rebooking them while they're in the salon, right? That would be best case scenario, but we want to rebook them, right? So that they come back, in 6 weeks to get a touch up on their hair. And then we can have automations in place to where if we haven't heard from them for 90 days or whatever that number is, it could be 60 days, 90 days, we have a follow-up email, a follow-up text message to them and try to bring them back into the salon. And this is all automated. So we have the option now with technology to add these AI receptionists, and they're becoming really powerful and they're getting really good. Are they good enough to fool a person? No, they're not. But what I tell people is that the AI receptionist, it's the worst it's ever going to be today, and they're only getting better. And it's my belief that within the next year, they're going to be good enough to completely fool anyone who's calling. And really, they've got a job. It's just to answer the phone. And you're all business owners. You're running businesses. You don't always have time to answer the phone. And so, if a missed call goes unanswered, you possibly lose that client. Where if you've got an AI receptionist answering the phone, they can receive that call for you. And in fact, they can actually book on the calendar. So technology has already come along to where the AI receptionist can answer the phone, can talk to the person, can pull the list of your current stylists at your salon, can pull up your calendar, and can book that person live and confirm with them right there. And the cool thing about the AI receptionist too is that they can take multiple calls at once. So there's no busy sign, right? They can take 3 calls, they can take 100 calls all at once, and they can all book to the calendar. So it's pretty incredible where technology is going.
One thing to add to that, I liked that you said it could give me all the information, because some people are weird about something booking for them.
Right.
But the fact that it can give all the information and then you can text them and be like, hey, I know you need this, and then you can book it yourself too, is a cool option too.
Yeah, so it could just be gathering information. So Christina's unavailable at the moment. If you could leave your name, phone number, and email, she'll get back to you as soon as she's done with the current. Yeah, exactly. So all this is completely customizable. All this is software that's out there. It's stuff that I can do. It's stuff other people can do. It's stuff that can be learned as well too. Much of all this can be YouTubed and watch, YouTube University and watch videos on it. But the nice thing about the AI receptionist is that they can take calls whenever, 9 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, right? Someone's doom scrolling at 3 o'clock in the morning and they can't sleep. I mean, they probably wouldn't make a phone call, but it's always there. It never sleeps. It answers the phone. It's the same, and I'll show you in a minute. There's also AI chat widgets that go on the website that do the exact same thing. So maybe the person engages with the chat widget at 3 a.m. because they just, they can't sleep and they end up booking an appointment. Let's see. So in regards to Google ads here, so I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. So you can obviously do search engine optimization on your website, which ranks your website higher in Google with the map pack as well too. But I'm sure you see people that will run ads at specific keywords, at specific topics as well too. So it's just another strategy for people that don't have strong websites, or at least they aren't ranking very high for those particular keywords they're looking for. And we can target, within 5 or 10 miles radius. It can go out further right, but again, the theory is we want to stay pretty close to the salon because someone generally isn't going to drive around town to a salon. Now listen, they may, right, if you have a client that you've been working with for 20 years, just like my wife, right, she follows her stylist around all over town. But as far as looking for, someone new, right, they're probably going to try to find someone pretty close to where they live. So we target a pretty local radius and try to get them in. Meta ads, kind of the same way. So that would just be running Facebook or Instagram ads. And again, this one's a little bit different because people on social media are typically, right, they're looking at friends and family and different things, and you're trying to disrupt their behavior and get them to stop scrolling. But the nice thing about salons is it's very visual. So doing a before and after picture can be very, enticing for someone and get them to kind of stop scrolling. Like, oh yeah, I should actually find a new hairstylist. Okay, so for social media, I'm sure we all know that we should be taking pictures of ourselves and videos and of our clients and post them on social media. And it can become very time consuming and take a lot of our time away. And I think it becomes another job, right? Of all these, man, I gotta create another post. I gotta take another picture. I gotta stay on top of it, right? And so I think we get in this bad habit of like trying to get a picture a day or a couple pictures and then a post every single day. And like I said, it just becomes another job. And so a better strategy is to kind of batch everything together. And so a lot of these softwares now, you can, spend half the day or a Sunday afternoon and batch all your content together and then load it in a software basically. And then it just drips it out over the 30 days. So you spend, 4 hours on a Sunday afternoon getting all your content together, and then we let the automations take over and it drips it out over a 30-day period. And the software is pretty incredible these days, where it can post it to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Google.
Do you have a specific app that you'd like to use for that?
There's a bunch of them. So the software that I use is called High Level. Yeah, and I have a white labeled version of it, so I've kind of customized it in my own. But there's a bunch of these. But with High Level, exactly this. So you can put it all in a spreadsheet. You get your pictures, you get your captions, you get your description if you want that, you get your graphics, videos, whatever, and then you just load it all into there, and then you just set up the days you want it to drip, or you can say I want it every day at 12:30 p.m. or something to that effect, whatever you want to do, and it would just put it on a timer and boom, 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 and then you're done for the month. Yeah. And then this third one we're going to get into. So this is a software that we recently created in-house that we're calling Book the Style. And it's a custom salon calendar that we're going to pilot with Christina and possibly start rolling out to other salons is the goal. I'll show that to you in just a second. So your salon, so your salon would get their own booking platform. So if I were to work with your business, this new salon would come with what we're doing, and we can brand it to your salon. It all works in one system, right? So we want more bookings, we want to get reviews, we want the higher ranking, and then cheaper ads. And this kind of all works in a system, and really kind of the engine under this would be the calendar and people coming into the salon. And let me pull that up real quick. I'm going to pull out of this presentation. And so this is what, actually, let me show you my little demo video here.
One, two, three, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So in regard to actually the AI receptionist, the way actually I have Christina set up right now is if someone calls her salon, it actually rings to her phone. So the call gets forwarded to her phone. She's got like 4 or 5 rings to answer the phone. And then if she doesn't answer it, our AI receptionist, Hope, would answer the phone. And then again, it can be customized to however that salon wants to do it. If they just want the AI to take down the name and information and they'll call them back, that's great. If they want the AI to actually book an appointment with the person, the AI can do that as well too. And so that was kind of what that little video was showing was the AI receptionist grabbing the phone call. But in here is our little custom salon right here that we've created, our little calendar. And in the demo here, this is what one could look like. So we've got Monday here. We've got these would be our stylists that are on today. And this would be the view of the salon owner or admin of the salon. So you see the different stylists that are in today, and then you can see their appointments and what they have. And then the stylist would have access to this too, but they would only see themselves. They wouldn't see the other people in there. And what you can also do, so if I go to like book an appointment, if I'm an existing client, right? So this would be like on Christina's website. So actually let me just pull up her website real quick. All right, so this is Christina's website. We built this website for her. So when you're on a website, statistically, people don't scroll. They kind of look up here in what they call above the fold, and they look around and they say, oh, this looks professional, looks nice. And then they look for, to book or to call. So we've got the booking button right here. We've got the phone number right here. And then we've got another one right here to book an appointment. And then this thing, if I were to click on this, would be a little chat widget, a little AI chat widget, which you've probably seen on websites. And those can be really tailored to any business on how you want that to engage with the person. You can have that little chat widget push them to book an appointment. You can push them to call the salon. You can really push them to do whatever you want them to do. But in theory, if someone were to come to her salon, they would click either book now or book an appointment. And frankly, it would take them to the same spot if they weren't calling. Yeah.
I have always a question.
Yeah.
Is there a way to make the widget do the consultation?
Do the consultation as in like yes.
What kind of service are you looking for?
Yeah, totally.
What do you like or not like about
Yeah.
it? And then it sends to the stylist to book it.
Yeah, I believe.
To approve it?
I don't know if it would be able to, that's a good question. I don't know if it would be able to send directly to that particular stylist, but it could definitely be sent internally. 100%. Yeah, it could definitely go to the business owner. Yeah,
Okay.
correct. That's a good question though. It could definitely go to the business itself, and then you would just hand that information off to the stylist. But so that person would click on there, they'd come into here. If they're an existing client, right, they could put in their existing client. I'm going to put I'm a new client. And then, we'll just say, here, I'll just put in a fake phone number real quick. And then email option. And then what's pretty cool about this is let's pretend this person wants to book an appointment for, Friday. And then they can choose. So again, these are just demos right now, but they can choose the different services, and price could be there. We could also remove price, but they've got, they're looking for a haircut, a full color, a blowout, nails, extensions. So they're whatever they're looking for. So let's pretend that, this person is looking for a haircut. And then you click on the stylist here, and then any person in the salon that does this particular service would show up. And then the reason why these have different time frames is because one stylist might take longer to do a cut, and one stylist might take less time to do a cut. And that can be all customized, right? Someone takes 2 hours to do hair, where other one take an hour and 30 minutes or whatnot. And so we can customize this right here, and this would block it out obviously in the calendar, right, to the amount of time. But let me just show you real quick, because if I were to switch this and say, actually, I want to do nails instead, I only have this lady. She's the only one that does nails, right? So those other stylists didn't show up because that's not a service that they offer. So, with stylists, it's my understanding that not everyone does everything, right? And so we can customize it to who does what, and then it blocks it out on their calendar. And what's pretty cool here too is, let's say this person is going to do hair with this first person. So we'll block it out. We want to do 9 o'clock in the morning. And then actually I want to add, while I'm in here, you know what? I actually want to do, and I don't know if you would do this, but I want to add color too. I want to get a cut and a color. And then you can even pull up, it should be in there, or maybe this person doesn't do coloring, right? So they wouldn't pop up. So it's like, oh, they don't do color? Well, I want to use the same person. So let me pick this lady, Maya, and then let me add the color, and then there's Maya. And so now I've got, and then you can see, sorry, let me scroll this up a little bit, that because this is a 45, or I guess it's a 35-minute appointment, the next available would be at 9:45. So I'd want to book those 2 appointments back to back so I can get a cut and color all together. And then I would just go down here.
Does it take credit cards for deposit and no-show fees?
Yeah, so everything we use is through, you can do that. Yeah, so I use Stripe as my payment processor, but I'm sure we can integrate whatever Square or whatever one you're using. But yeah, we can set it up however you want. So you could take a deposit up front, you could take full payment, however your salon runs. Yeah, it can be completely customizable. And then everything shows in the back end. And a lot of this over here is really for admin to see the appointments, to see the clients. You can see the appointments that are in here. So again, these are all fake appointments for today, or I guess for August. And then you can see all your clients that you have in there. You can see all your reports. So this month, for example, this month there were 43 bookings. You can see the completed ones so far this month. You can see the cancellations, the no-shows, right? And so this gives us some good information to go off of. We should probably follow up these canceled people or see if they rescheduled, and follow up with these no-shows as well too.
That's cool. It says where you got bookings from.
Yeah. And then you can see where you got bookings from. So whether they came in through the app or the voice AI or the widget. So we can kind of follow along with that too. So that's new for us. And then let me go back into, I'm down here, this slide. Okay. All right. So back into here. Get that out of the way. So your first 30 days. So when you leave from here, right, we want to get our Google Business Profile set up. We want to add 20 pictures at least to it. You want to get it all optimized, get it all set up the best you can. And then we want to start asking for reviews from all of our old clients, you know, barter with them, beg, barter, whatever that saying goes, you know, you know, doing little like raffles and stuff, or giving out Starbucks gift cards or incentives or a discount on a haircut, or really anything. I'm telling you, the reviews, I mean, if there was one, besides obviously getting the Google Business Profile going, reviews are incredibly important. And we all know, right? I mean, my wife does it. She goes on the Amazon and she's looking at the reviews. It's like, we can't buy anything unless it's a 4.5 or higher, right? It's gotta be a 4.5 or higher, and there needs to be at least 10 or 20 reviews, or we can't buy it.
I like your QR code idea of putting QR codes.
Yeah, I had Sharon do it. So having the QR code, print out a QR code and putting it in one of those like clear L little bracket things where it's right there in the salon, and just asking for a review. You know, we would love a review. It means a lot to us. We're a small business. The story that I tell to a lot of people, I was getting some documents notarized, and the lady asked if I would give her a review, and I said, of course I'll give you a review. When I get home, I'll leave you a review. And she said, no, right now, and like slid it right out in front of me. And it was a little bit awkward, but I took out my phone, I scanned it, and I left her the review. And to be honest with you, I probably would have forgot about it. I probably would have got home and had lunch or did whatever and just forgot to leave her the review. But because she kind of slid out in front of me and there was that kind of that awkward moment of, no, now, I left the review. I left the review, and, you know, I was, yeah. You know, we're working with a music studio right now as well too. My daughters go there, and I was just talking to the owner this morning. I gave him this exact same story, and he's got hundreds and hundreds of clients, and he's got great reviews, but we figured out that probably only about 10% of his clients are leaving reviews. I'm like, you need to get way more reviews. Like, you should have, you know, instead of having 150 reviews, you should have 500 reviews. He should have way more reviews. So I can't encourage you enough. Get reviews. Yeah. Give away $20 Starbucks gift card. Do a little raffle at the end of the month, and then email them. Anyway, so off my review thing, we want to be posting on social media. We want to be batch posting. We don't want to be doing the once per day thing. And then, you know, whether you work with me or someone else, you want to get some sort of system in place where at least an AI receptionist is answering the phone if you can't, or a lot of these have what's called like a missed call text back, which is great. That is what we used to use before AI. So phone rings, no one answers. The person gets a text back saying, you know, Christina's unavailable at the moment, you know, we'll give you a call back shortly, or something to that effect, just to acknowledge the phone call. Because what happens is often if someone's looking for a service, they go to Google, right? They click number 1, they call, person doesn't answer. They go to number 2 and they call, and they go to number 3 and call, and they typically will go and call until someone answers the phone. So that's kind of the idea with the AI receptionist, is that yes, it's not a person, yes, it's not ideal, but at least they're getting someone on the phone, they're being heard. And this missed call text back can kind of act as that as well too, as a little buffer to kind of maybe still capture that lead so we don't lose that lead. Let's see. I already did live demo. Oops, I went out of order a little bit on that one. So if you are interested at all to work with me, I'm offering a 50% off on any service that we do. We do SEO, we do paid advertising, we do social media. I can't give a price because really every business is unique, and you know, I can't price a huge salon in Chicago like a little salon out in the suburbs. They're not one-to-one. You know, the one in Chicago would be much harder for us to rank SEO, would take a lot more time, and so forth. And so anyway, if you're interested at all to talk to me more about search engine optimization for your business, again, social media, paid advertising, the AI receptionist, getting the calendar, any of that kind of stuff here, if you book today at some point, yeah, whatever we end up doing, whatever type of business we agree to, I'll do 50% off for the first 3 months. That's my offer for everyone today. Yeah,
Thank you.
Good deal.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
You have to do a review though.
You have to do it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You got to do the review.
It's gotta be part of the deal. Yeah, where's your QR? We'll give you a review.
That's
I
right.
know. You got to give me the review.
I am cold.
I am freezing. And I thought it was my menopause.
See, and I wore the jacket. I was outside. I'm like, man, I am dying in this jacket. And then I come in here. I'm like, okay, perfect in here. I love it.
I'll go have them. It's a good thing you wore the jacket.
It's right there. It's 6.
So I've got extra slides here. This was kind of the end of my presentation. I wasn't sure if they wanted me, if they were going to make me go longer. So I've got some bonus slides if they want me to keep going. But but yeah, I can either stop here, Christina, or if you want me to keep going for a few more minutes, I can keep going. Q&A, of course. Jason, yeah.
Well, I just thought.
Yeah. No,
Actually, this is fantastic.
Okay.
A lot of what you have given out is valuable. Like, this is a very valuable presentation.
Thank you.
Because you broke down kind of the hierarchy of success, right? So, I guess maybe that's just a comment, but could you, Christina's question on the consultation,
Right.
on the chat, could you dig into maybe how a website could encourage someone to ask the right questions, right? So it'll say chat now, right?
Right.
Is there a way that, chat for a consultation or chat to, what would be the best way to
Yeah.
get the best at it? Because I've been involved in the chat and I start yelling at it,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person that's like, it's gotta be talking to me. I know it's not real.
Yeah.
So I'm already like,
Right.
very judgy, right?
Yeah. Of course.
But I use ChatGPT for everything.
Right.
Which is crazy now.
Right.
I never thought I'd be that person. And I bought the Pro and I'm literally talking to it. And right?
I do too.
Yeah.
I use it with my daughters all the time. They're always asking questions. They wanted to know what the tallest tree in the world was yesterday, so we were looking that up.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that's the question
Right.
would be,
Thank you so much.
how do you get somebody how do you coach somebody just by seeing your website on how to like engage it and trust it?
Yeah, right. So with the chat widgets, on the back end, there's a knowledge base. So what you do, so I would work with you or any other business owner, and we would create a knowledge base so it learns your business. It has a knowledge base of you, your employees, your different offers, and then we can coach the AI into a desired outcome. Kind of like what she was saying. So it could be, we really want them to call. Like with Sharon wants them on the phone. So her little AI widget funnels them to, if you're looking for hair, you call Sharon and they give Sharon's personal cell. And if you're looking for facial, call her sister Tammy, right? But it can really be customized. And so what you're probably seeing is just poor attempts at customization or old outdated widgets where they haven't taken the time, or it's very vanilla and it's just, I do the same thing, right? You try to engage with it or you call and they won't answer the phone. So then you're like, okay, I guess I'll deal with the widget instead. And you're trying to get an answer out of it. But ultimately it just comes back to customizing it, spending the time and creating the knowledge base for it to answer the questions correctly and really funnel the user into the desired outcome that we're looking for.
That's a good answer. So, like, for example, Sharon's strengths would be she likes to get them on the phone.
Yeah.
That's what she closes.
Yep.
So you could coach it to go, like, let's say you have killer discounts or you have the best specials or whatever it is.
Right.
You could coach it right away to offer and kind of drop a lure of what your strengths are.
Of course. You can offer a discount right there. If you call now, we'll give you a 25% offer,
Right, some people,
whatever.
That's people, right?
Sure.
So the guy could
Yeah.
if they put in a keyword like best deal or disc, right? They put certain things in, you can coach it on the back end to
Correct.
that piece. Okay.
Yeah.
So advertising is always a thing. How do you mirror people? Some people really believe in like meta ads, right? That's
Right.
big right now,
Yeah.
a lot of I believe our business, we leverage Instagram.
Okay.
That's kind of right. We're always doing Instagram. So how do you marry that concept of like you have an ad budget versus getting the most out of this kind of a AI concept?
Yeah, I mean, so the term is so the term is omnipresence. So you want to be everywhere, right? I mean, and we can't be. You can't be everywhere. But in theory, now with the modern business, is you need to be on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and Google and all these places. And honestly, I'm on most of these or all of them, but I kind of pick the one that I'm going to be the most active on, and I use that one as kind of my anchor one. And I know Instagram is very visual, with the hairs and doing all that. But as far as someone looking for a business, the Google business profile, hands down, is a better. It's better to spend your time on that. Like if you had to pick between Instagram and the Google business profile, I'd actually say the Google business profile as far as actually driving business to your salon or to your business. But they're all important. And so that's why I brought up the little, the bulk, the social media, bulk, what do you want to call it, where you're doing everything in bulk, basically. Yeah. And a lot of times too, people are just looking for that there's a presence online, that you're active in your business, you're active online. It's not, obviously the content should be good content and the pictures should be good pictures, but did you post 3 months ago, right? Did you post a week ago? So I think the consistency, I think we're rewarded for being consistent, whether it's on Google or Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, and speak to the algorithm on that. Does it matter to you if you're consistent for the algorithm, or is it more just consistent
both
for your business?
Yeah, Jason.
Just like anecdotal experience, but I was working with painted hair, Patricia, like Renee, I think it is, or Patricia Elmas is her real name. We were working and trying to figure out what was like resonating best, because she's constantly doing hair and trying to get the best engagement. She was trying to think between like still images or reels, and whether TikTok was better and whether Instagram was better. But the breakdown was really like, if you educate on TikTok and then you just kind of show the process on Instagram, then those are what tends to work better for like the hair space. But also just in like aesthetic, like getting some really nice window light and making sure that you're super close up on the hair and doing like the simple things like flowing through the hair at the end of it, so they can really like fill the volume, see the color, like, and like natural light, because that's what people are looking to see. But yeah, to your question, it's definitely both.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's really, because you have to be a social media brand. You got all these things, right?
Yeah.
Because the competition is so fierce.
Yes.
The difference is leveraging the knowledge of how to get eyeballs, right? But
Right.
how to convert them. For those that need, because it could be daunting, right? Okay, you're doing amazing hair,
You're right.
all these things, and then okay, now we're going to capture it.
Yeah.
What would you advise, or how do you help somebody with that portion? Because you're like saying, do 4 hours on a Sunday, but like, okay, what material do you have? Like, would you leverage videos? What apps, right? Because that was a great breakdown of TikTok versus Instagram.
Right.
Each app is a different modality.
Sure.
Right? So.
Yeah. I mean, I've got Jason in here videotaping this right now that I'm going to cut up and use for social media.
He's got to be on top of it. Yeah.
Right. And Sharon and I were talking before. I mean, you could set up a camera in your salon with a tripod and just, record video. You could hire Jason or someone like Jason to come out. A contractor that I work with, I'm going to give him Jason's number when we're done here, because he's doing this big build out in downtown Sacramento as a coffee shop. And I've been telling the other contractors that I work with, just hire a videographer quarterly, spend the $300 to $500. It's worth it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I